After being picked up by Jimin, Jungkook disappears from the public. Is this the beginning of a shocking move? Could this be Jungkook's silent exit from the world he once ruled? The cameras flashed, the airport gasped, and then he vanished. No follow-up appearance. No social media update. No carefully managed press release. In what has now become one of the most emotionally loaded turning points in BTS's recent history, Jungkook was quietly picked up from the airport by fellow member Jimin without any HYB staff in sight, only to disappear entirely from the public eye days after. The questions are mounting. Where is Jungkook now? Why hasn't he resurfaced even for a fan message or a vague Weverse post? Was this moment with Jimin a farewell, not just from the military, but perhaps from something bigger? And perhaps most importantly, was this the beginning of Jungkook's quiet withdrawal from the entertainment industry, or worse, his final break from the agency he's been tied to for more than a decade? The disappearance was subtle. It wasn't marked by drama or headlines at first. It started as silence. Deafening, unexplained silence. Fans began noticing that Jungkook, known for his occasional late-night live streams and deeply emotional fan messages, hadn't posted even a word of gratitude after his long-anticipated return from military service. No celebration video. No official welcome back moment from HYB. Instead, all they got was a chaotic scene at the airport, a visibly tired Jungkook, dressed in military attire, being ushered away, not by the agency, but by Jimin himself. What followed next was perhaps even more jarring: total erasure. Not a single major entertainment outlet reported on his schedule. HYB, typically meticulous in documenting even the smallest appearances of their artists, offered no itinerary. It was as if the Golden Magne had stepped off that plane and into a different world entirely. This silence has turned into one of the biggest mysteries surrounding BTS in years. Was Jungkook's disappearance part of a larger strategy, perhaps orchestrated by the artist himself? Or was this a spontaneous act of personal rebellion, one backed by his brothers, but hidden from the label? Speculation has reached fever pitch. Whispers have grown louder in private circles of the industry, suggesting that Jungkook may have used his military service as a turning point to reflect and possibly reconsider his relationship with the industry itself. A source close to a former big hit stylist, who requested anonymity, revealed that Jungkook had been distant, even before enlisting. There were meetings he didn't show up to, not out of disrespect, the source said, but as if his heart was already somewhere else. Is it possible that Heart has now pulled him fully away? Adding to the mystery is Jimin's role. The footage from the airport, now replayed across hundreds of fan-made YouTube theories, shows Jimin arriving alone, clearly without agency coordination. Some staff were seen reacting with confusion, others even attempting to follow, but were waved off as Jimin took Jungkook away in a private vehicle. No HYB presence. No official vehicle. No announcement. It felt like something done out of urgency, or something planned in complete secrecy. What were they talking about during that drive? Was Jimin simply helping a brother in need, or was this a coordinated departure plan? There are growing fan theories that Jungkook entrusted only Jimin with his decision to disappear, perhaps because he knew Jimin would respect it without pushing back. Others argue that Jimin may have been the only one who knew the full story behind Jungkook's increasing emotional distance in recent months. One post on a Korean fan forum claimed that Jungkook had recently confided in a close circle that he was tired of being a product. That quote has yet to be verified, but it resonated deeply with fans. They remembered Jungkook's heartfelt admissions during his solo activities, his hesitations about fame, his longing for simplicity, his persistent yearning for authenticity in an industry that demands constant performance. Could this disappearance be a reclaiming of that authenticity? Could this silence be Jungkook's boldest statement yet? In the hours following the incident, speculation became documentation. Fans compiled timelines, traced digital footprints, even attempted to track flights in the days after Jungkook's return. Some claimed he may have quietly traveled to Busan, his hometown. Others believe he could be resting in a secluded overseas villa, possibly one tied to a close friend or former mentor. A few believe he may have returned to Japan, the country he last traveled to before enlistment. and where he was spotted alone, away from any label handlers. What makes the situation even more emotionally charged is that Jungkook's disappearance coincides with an internal silence from HYB. No statement. No clarification. No denial. It's as if the agency, too, has been caught off guard. This has only inflamed fans' suspicions. Some believe that HYB may have attempted to control Jungkook's return celebration, turning it into a media spectacle, a move he reportedly resisted. The fact that Jimin, not agency staff, picked him up seems to confirm this rift. Some fans now refer to the moment as the quiet break, the point where Jungkook finally distanced himself not from BTS, but from the system around it. Even more surprising is the behavior of other BTS members in the wake of Jungkook's vanishing. RM, usually active and reflective, has gone dark on social media. Taehyung, currently serving his own enlistment, posted a cryptic quote about trusting someone even in their silence. Jimin, recently discharged, has avoided media entirely. Only Jimin has posted recently a black and white photo with no caption. Some fans say it's a silent tribute. Others think it's a coded message. All of this begs the question, is this Jungkook's goodbye? If this is the beginning of his quiet withdrawal, it will be one of the most emotionally profound exits in modern K-pop history, not with a scandal or a press release, but with a silent vanishing, orchestrated not by agents, but by brothers. And if it isn't goodbye, if this is simply a moment of needed peace before a storm, then what comes next? The world is watching and waiting, and still, there has been no trace. The digital universe, usually alive with sightings, blurry cafe photos, and leaked airport footage, remains hauntingly quiet. For someone as widely followed and passionately loved as Jungkook, this absence is not just noticed, it's felt. Every hour that passes without a sign from him becomes heavier for fans, many of whom now admit they check social media out of habit, half hoping, half dreading what they might find. The emotional weight of this moment cannot be overstated. For over a decade, Jungkook has been the heart of BTS's performance energy, the golden magne, the relentless perfectionist, the emotional soul who sang like he meant every syllable. To imagine that same Jungkook choosing silence, choosing vanishing, raises questions that go far deeper than music or fame. Is this the final form of rebellion for someone who gave everything to the machine of the industry? And what of Jimin? The quiet, loyal friend who, by all accounts, stood by Jungkook in that unspoken moment. His arrival at the airport was unexpected, and his actions even more so. He didn't come with an entourage, or even a manager. He came alone, and when he left with Jungkook, the look on his face wasn't celebratory. It was serious, protective, almost heavy with unspoken words. As if he wasn't just picking up a bandmate, but taking on a burden. Could it be that Jimin was aware of Jungkook's decision long before anyone else? Could it be that he promised to be there, not for the press, not for the fans, but for the person behind the icon? The theory that Jimin has become Jungkook's personal guardian in this transition has only strengthened in recent days, particularly as no official BTS or HYB representatives have commented on the event. It's almost as if everyone has chosen to look away, or perhaps they were told not to speak. This brings us back to HYB, the very structure Jungkook seems to be peeling away from. The absence of a welcome back campaign is already considered strange. But more than that, the silence from HYB borders on strategic. Are they scrambling behind the scenes? Are they trying to convince him to return? Or are they preparing the public for an announcement they know will devastate? There is growing unease in the industry. Journalists close to HYB insiders have begun to share whispers, rumors of tension that go back months. Some claim that before his enlistment, Jungkook clashed with HYB's executive team over creative freedom. Others suggest that Bang Si-hyuk himself tried to personally reach out to smooth things over, but was allegedly met with cool resistance. If any of this is true, it would explain a lot, particularly the eerie coordination of silence that has followed his return. And yet, silence doesn't mean inaction. Fans, desperate for answers, have begun tracking even the smallest clues. A newly created private Instagram account that some believe could be linked to Jungkook. A deleted tweet from a Japanese stylist referencing a quiet request made by a Korean idol. Even a blurred-out silhouette spotted in a luxury resort near Jeju Island has become the subject of speculation. Every unconfirmed detail becomes a puzzle piece, no matter how flimsy. Meanwhile, fan communities are split. Some beg for privacy, urging others not to chase a man clearly in need of peace. Others demand answers, saying they feel abandoned by someone they've loved and supported for years. And caught between these tensions is a single, haunting question. What happens if Jungkook doesn't come back? Not to BTS, not to the stage, but to them, the fans who grew with him, who found comfort in his voice, who called him their light in the dark. The idea that he may have chosen freedom over fame has struck a deep chord. Some admire the possibility, others fear it, and yet almost all agree that whatever he's doing now, wherever he is, it must be something he believes in. Because if we've learned anything about Jungkook, it's that he never moves without purpose. This silence is not aimless. It is not accidental. It is deliberate, which makes it even more chilling. If this truly is the beginning of a withdrawal, not just from the spotlight, but from the industry entirely, then we are witnessing something unprecedented. The quiet unraveling of a global superstar. Not in scandal, not in disgrace, but in silence, wrapped in dignity, carried out in the arms of someone he trusts most. The next days will be crucial. Fans are now watching Jimin more closely than ever, interpreting every post, every gesture, every song lyric as a potential clue. Could Jimin be the only one who knows the truth? Is he protecting it? Or is he preparing to speak? Some believe that a hidden message is already planned. Perhaps a letter, perhaps a video. Something to explain, or at least acknowledge, the growing void Jungkook has left behind. Others believe we'll get nothing. That this may be Jungkook's last act, not as a performer, but as a person claiming his own life. And if that's the case, what does that mean for BTS? For years, they've called themselves bulletproof. But no one is bulletproof from the weight of 10 years at the top. No one is bulletproof from burnout, from heartbreak, from the desire to simply live without being seen. Maybe that's what this is. Not a fall, not a scandal, but a soft exit, an escape. And if so, the silence may not be the beginning of a storm, it may be the end of one.